Hi, in this video we're going to look at using Doctopus to distribute files that are not assignments. They're simply information that we want students to have. What I've done in previous videos is I've created this My Roster ELA Period 1 folder. In retrospect, I probably should have just named this ELA Period 1 because this contains a lot more than my roster. But I go in there at this point and you can see the 4 files that are created by Doctopus. The one marked teacher is the one that is going to store your assignments and various things. You can see that I have 3 assignments in here at this point. You can also see that there are other files that are not really assignments. So grade translations, if I were to open that, is just telling students what score they need to get to earn a particular grade. There's a supply list. There's class rules. So I'm going to take those things and I'm going to make a new folder for them. And I'm just going to call it class information. I'll spell it all out. Okay, so in there I have a class information folder. And this is stuff that I just want students to have access to. Perhaps there's a supply list. And there is my class rules. There are my class rules in this file. Okay, and if I had things like rubrics that I used on an ongoing basis, I might make a copy of those and place them in there as well. So just things that I want students to have access to on an ongoing basis. Okay, let me close that down for a second. Oh, got an assignment open. And now I want to create a new sheet because that's where everything starts with in Doctopus, is through this sheet. I'm going to name it class. I'll name it the same thing, class information. I could have named it class files or something like that. And I'm going to go to Doctopus and launch it. Take a couple of minutes. Okay, again, I'm working in this distribute drive resources. I'm going to be able to do this all a lot easier through this other method, and we'll look at that shortly. My roster, I'm going to pull from here. It's my good roster. And I'm going to say use the roster. Again, it creates first name, last name, email, and gets the student folder key and adds that in there, which is nice. Again, I could update this if I wanted. I could go back to that original file and add another student and just update it. Here we go. In this case, I'm going to create a single whole class situation where everybody can look at the same document. They don't really need their own copies of this. Now, the whole class access level by default is going to be view only, which is perfect. So they can't make any changes. I could allow them to make changes if say I had a file where I was collecting a Google Doc where I was collecting information from everybody. There are probably better ways to do that. I do not want them to be able to change the permissions on this. Okay, so I'm going to say that what I would like from in here was my folder of class information. Okay, it's giving me a warning that it will only be copied to the depth of one subfolder, so that's okay. What I basically want to do is put all that information in this main folder here anyway. And if students add their own, Doctopus will not be able to change their editing rights. So again, that's okay. because the purpose of this is simply to provide them with some information. So I'm going to say save and continue. Okay, I'm going to reach this level where I have to decide if I want to create a new folder or choose an existing folder. So if I say choose existing, you have to remember that what I'm going to get here is the information that I've placed inside that period 1. So yeah, I can choose the folder that I created here. Normally I'm creating a new folder because I have new assignments and it makes sense and it's easy, but I've already created that and done the organization. I can give them an email if I want. So if I want to, I can give them a customized email here. I've done that several times, so I'll skip it for now. It populates with the normal information, even though I'm not going to be giving them a grade or written feedback on this. This is something for their benefit. And I'll just say run, copy and share. Okay, and it's delivering this information now to different students in my class. This may take a few minutes. Okay, and I can go to Manage and Access here to get my options, but again, this is not something, this is more of a distribution system than anything. So I could use it to send some feedback if I wanted, but basically that would be to let them know that it was here or to remind them that it was here. I could embargo docs for grading, but they don't have access to edit them now anyway. So that, could be an extra security step, but maybe not completely necessary. You can refresh and edit here should students come into your class after this was created. You can do that. Okay, so that's basically it. A quick way to distribute information to students through the Doctopus add-on.